Hey everyone, it's Reed here. And yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, do I even remember how to do a video? I don't know. Let's find out. I know, crazy times here. And I was predicting 2021 was going to be a hard year. Well, turns out that hard year prediction, definitely on my side. It's been a real hard year for me so far. My dad died early in the beginning of the year, other stuff going on, and holy heck, broke loose at my wife's workplace. For some reason, they got this new manager for her and all this stuff, and they decided, you know what? Lee is a horrible person and we must get rid of her. Just treated her horrifically bad. Really bad. And she's been coming apart and all this other stuff, and I've been having to take care of all sorts of paperwork for her, putting legal documents together, all this other stuff. So it's consumed a massive amount of my time. But now that things are, shall we say, moving into the realm of the diplomats, where no longer directly where we can do this, it moves into, the court systems and all that. Well, my time changes so I can get back to all this stuff. And yeah, not going to really do anything there on that. So here we go. We can go back to all this, having fun, making solar videos, doing all sorts of stuff, like getting out of time published. There's going to be some time skips in that because, we start in the winter, then we had my father's funeral, then we had to clean up the mess from that, sell the house and all that stuff, then all the crap with my wife. So we're going to have a time skip where, we get going and, it's spring. I got to figure out some way to plot drive that where, everything's going along and we move to spring and then getting the gardens ready and everything else. I'll come up with something. Just give me a little leeway on the time skip because I wasn't expecting life to just go stupid. It's just like, well, yeah, the world was going stupid. I wasn't expecting it to just so personally target me. Well, personally target Lee, that is, and stuff, And, we can't really go into details exactly what happened because, can't talk about it. And it's going to be years. So you might hear years from now, I might say, hey, look at what finally got decided. And we'll be either happy or sad or mediocre. I don't know. And stuff. One of the other things that personally has been giving me a heck of a time is the vaccine. If you're like, oh, what do you mean the vaccines will give me problems? Well, see, the problem for me is I'm a twice loser on vaccines, 2 anaphylaxis events, One time with a flu shot because I'm allergic to eggs. And so I can eat certain eggs if the chickens are fed certain things. Well, you can't really specify what the vaccine egg grown method for the flu shot is. You get it. Yeah, I lost out on that. The other one was a pneumonia shot. They gave me that, and I also went down. Unfortunately, my asthma and allergies are really, really bad. That's why I have an EpiPen. So I have a nebulizer, and why I have a lot of medicines I have to travel with, and be careful and mindful of, and why I stock a lot of stuff away. Take care of myself, and stuff like that. Usually, in environments and all that, I can manage my illness just fine. I can manage things, but yeah, it turns out body doesn't like certain things anymore. It really doesn't. So I've been, saying, is it possible to get a COVID vaccine? Well, every place I've talked to, and they look at my medical record, oh, you've had 2. Yeah, no, we ain't taking that risk. They don't want to touch that risk at all. Absolutely not. They're like, heck no. Talk to places, and they're like, no. You aren't in the guidelines. You're not in the recommended. We can't go against CDC recommendations. We can't do this. And if I lied and, went into some place where they're doing it like, those vaccine events and stuff like that, and I died, well, that wouldn't be good because they would look at the record and be like, yeah, you get nothing. So, yeah, I'm kind of out of luck on that side, but I really wouldn't care as much. But a problem's developed is like in this state, they're instituting, policies. Basically, they're segregating people by medical status. They really are. If you don't have the vaccine, they don't really care why. They have no care why. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that at work. You get to be stuffed into the back of the bus thing. And it's really disturbing seeing this develop here. We got this thing going on in America where we're segregating and abusing people based on their status, their perceived status, possible risk. And the thing is, you'd think lessons like this from history would teach us how idiotic and bad that is. But you look at the postings on Twitter, and it's wild. You look at the posts on Reddit and you're like, it's wild. These people could be right there from the racist of the past arguing for the most horrific things out there. And they're happily going along with it. They can't even look past the history and go, That's probably wrong. I tell you, 2020 and 2021 are a huge, massive pile of education. Massive pile of education. I've learned so much about things, of how things develop, how things go down, how things and people are treated about things. Well, had to revise a lot of plans, how I thought things would go. I'm writing a fictional book about events and all this stuff. I'm revising tons of sections of that. First, it's going to be based on a pandemic, first kicking everything off because, hey, everyone can relate to a pandemic. And, good old school prepper Martha, you can check her out up here. Good link, stuff, good person to relate to. She's going to help me edit the book and stuff. I'm working on it real hard, putting together, just slightly, like I said, busy with other things. But we're going to get that together. I've had to redo everything of how I think. But a ton of how I thought society would react and all that. Ooh, boy, do I have firsthand knowledge, information, all sorts of wonderful experience to draw from. So I'm hoping that the book will be really relatable, and I hope people will find it really entertaining. And yes, the solar book's still in work, Lynn. Don't worry. I'm still working on it. Just always short on time. I know. But I'm going to make a big push to get all sorts of stuff done. And plus to keep myself occupied. I hate when I just have nothing to do and I'm just stewing over something I'm annoyed with. Because that's the worst thing for me. So, got to keep myself occupied. So one of the things I'm going to do is YouTube. Yeah, I know I've said that a million times. We're going to push real hard on this. And I got a lot of ideas. And Lee's going to do stuff. And I've got a new job, probably a new job for her already lined up. I got an in with a friend. And, they run some stuff that's right up her alley and going to get her started. Yeah, it stinks because she gets to basically start over. The retirement isn't compatible. Those things don't transfer. And, yeah, they really, really screwed her over. Me too, because, she's my wife. Totally screwed us over horrifically. That's how it is sometimes. Life ain't fair. Life isn't nice, isn't pleasant, and all that stuff. And one lesson for everyone out there, especially if you're young, it's like that. Never, ever assume that the people you work with are loyal to you and treat you well. Don't ever make that mistake. All right? It ain't a family business unless you're in a family business. That's a different story, right? All the talk they give you about loyalty, all this other stuff, how good it is the people are here, years of service and all these things, it's all a lie to keep you tricked into believing they will treat you well. All that stuff died long ago. It did. Look at the outsourcing, the importing of cheap labor, wherever which way they can. Don't make that mistake. I've unfortunately been a cynical bastard for a very long time and kind of moved on beyond that from a long time ago. Lee, on the other hand, she's a kind-hearted soul. She really is. And so all this stuff that went down with her, everything happened, well, it's really cut her deep, really cut her hard because she wasn't expecting this. She learned a painful lesson. Well, sorry to get off on that. Well, that's sort of what's going on here. Look for a bunch of videos from me. We are really going to push out stuff. I'm going to put anything I can together here. And I'm planning, since Tyler, you turkey. If you don't know who Tyler is, Let's Talk About Prepping. Links up here. You can go check him out. We were supposed to do a show together. Well, I'm starting it by myself, you turkey. So we're going to see about putting some things together where I can get like episodes of a show. We'll see what the schedule is going to be like initially. But it covered a lot of topics that I think just aren't covered well. And especially, topics that aren't given a real good analysis. And a lot of things people post as intel and this and that. It's just like, this is what you got? Come on, man. Yeah, there's my impression for the moment. So I'm going to put something together. We'll see if it adds a little bit better to the conversation, gives some better insight to things, and gets people thinking harder. All right? Talk to you later, everyone. This is Reed, out for now.